And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The View from Here Behind Enemy Lines. I'm coming to you with these glasses on because I just had cataract surgery, but I do not need them, at least not indoors. Anyway,
Okay.
and in subdued lighting. But, okay, what was it I was going to say? Oh, I was thinking the other day that people sometimes ask, how come we don't have a regular intro to the show, like music or whatever? What the heck happened to the picture here? What the heck's going on? It's all pale now. What? Ah, okay. I must have clicked something, and it screwed up the video. Anyway, we don't do it because sometimes you listen to a podcast, and I listen to a lot of podcasts, and you have all these intros and so forth. But I prefer the ones that get right into it. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here, and we're going to be talking today about this, that. Get right to the point, and that's what we like to do, especially since we don't really have a big staff to help us out or anything.
Right.
So,
and absolutely. And the other thing is, I didn't get a vote, so he gets to do whatever he wants.
But we will start by this episode, at least, by saying we'd like you to visit our website. Mike, what's our website again?
It's The View from Here Behind Enemy Lines on Squarespace.
Or you can go to The View from Here Behind Enemy Lines.net. That'll take you there also.
Well, okay. Actually, you can just go to our notes and click on our link.
There you go. Okay. What are we going to talk about today here?
We're going to talk about
no.
Chosen.
Oh, that's right. We're going to do a short episode today because I have something to do soon. So today, rather than get into the stuff I'd written down, we can wait. That can wait. Let's get into The Chosen. It's back on. I thought that they hadn't come out with a fourth season. I keep going there, and once in a while I see season 1, 2, 3. That's it. And Mike tells me, no, you got to scroll down a bit, and then it gives you 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
They've done 6 seasons. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, it's the way they do it. The other thing is that we got into a conversation about The Chosen because there's a new show that's associated with it called The Chosen Outdoors. I believe that's how it's called, or Outdoors with The Chosen or something like that. It's on Prime.
Yeah, with Bear Grylls, I think his name is.
Yes, very good. And I watched all 6 episodes, and there's an interesting.
So it's a reality show, basically.
Yes, but there's an interesting little story Roy doesn't even know about. I bought his series and I started watching it, and after the 3rd episode, I couldn't stand watching him go through all these trials and tribulations. You know, it was man versus survival, or man versus whatever. But anyway, it was his series. So I gave it to the library. And that week is when I go to the Prime and I see, that he has a show about The Chosen, which I've been wanting to see more stuff about The Chosen. So boom, I got a chance to go ahead and see him. I feel like it was meant to be, because I handed in his stuff, and the very week that I discovered that he's got a new show.
What stuff did you hand in? I'm not following this.
He has a survival series.
Oh, his own survival series. Okay, Bear Grylls. Yeah, I am. Okay, now I get it. Okay, I thought you were talking about the same series you're watching on Prime that you had on video, and you gave it away, and then you started watching it on Prime. I was like, that don't make sense.
Right, and that's why you should listen. So anyway,
let me put my spaceman goggles on. I
can
hear you now.
Roy,
telepathically. What?
Roy, who is technologically challenged, does not understand how to use a menu, and he did not know.
This is why I'm going to
seasons. Did you start watching it again?
No, I didn't, because I got caught up. Today I binge watched the first 3 episodes of Reacher. Yesterday, why didn't I watch it yesterday? Oh, for some reason I got onto to another series I was watching but hadn't watched in a while, which was 1923 with Harrison Ford, Helen Mirren.
See, the reason why I started watching The Chosen in the first place is because I felt I needed a reboot when it comes to Christianity. And I thought that The Chosen was pretty good. Actually, I didn't like it at first. I tried watching it and I couldn't stand it. And then Roy kind of like said, no, it's really, really great. So he kind of convinced me to give it another try, and I got sucked right into it.
Right. Yeah, the first couple of episodes were a little slow, but it gets better and better as it goes on. You know, and now it's been a while since I've watched it because I've only seen 3 seasons. I'm like, when are they coming out with another one? You know,
My biggest problem
when I feel like a Mike Salvaggio. What?
My biggest problem with this show was their language sounded too modern to me, and that was bothering me.
My argument was that's better because it's to us. I mean, what we see in the Bible, what we hear, and what we heard from Hollywood is the these and the thous and all that. But you know, they're talking the way that we listen to it on TV. It would turn away a lot of people who wouldn't be able to understand. So the way I look at it is it's the translation.
They made it less undesirable to those people who can't handle that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a translation from what they're saying. You know, from how they.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's originally why I didn't like it, because I wasn't ready for them to use what I felt was modern language. But then the second time I tried, I knew that that's what I was walking into, so I wasn't disappointed by it. And later on, I did come to your conclusion, which was, you know what? They're trying to reach more people.
Yeah, because a lot of people would not be able to watch it because they wouldn't understand. That's it.
Unlike the mayor,
the series itself is very good, very good. If whether you're a Christian or not, it's interesting. The only people who would not be interested in would be the ragheads, but I don't care about them anyway.
Well,
yeah, I said it. That's right, I said it.
Right. Okay. So the thing is that you know, and let's not talk about, you know, transsexuals. Okay. So anyway. But yeah, the Chosen is pretty cool. But so besides wanting to go ahead and get a refresher course in Christianity, is pretty important. So, and I was about to say, unlike the Chosen that tried to be more inclusive and get more people involved, okay. The governor of Massachusetts decided to exclude people by going ahead and increasing the date for abortion up to the point of birth,
which is a crime. I believe it's a sin. It's a crime. It's basically the step below full-blown genocide, I'd say.
Well,
that's evil. No. That's downright evil. I'm sorry.
See,
and it's not women. It's not women's health. A step for women's health. It's evil, and it's murder at that point. Really.
What about the baby's health? But the thing is that
exactly. Well, let me tell you this way: if you kill a bald eagle's baby or an egg, a bald eagle's egg, you will go to jail. You'll pay a big fine and everything. But if you abort a child the day it's going to be right up to the time it's going to be born, nothing happens to you.
Right.
There's something wrong with that morally.
I had a little conversation with somebody about that whole thing, and I'm sorry. I got it confused for another conversation that I had about Mangione.
Oh, Luigi.
Yeah. I'm gonna win. But the thing is that there was some sort of conversation I had with this person, and they were trying to be very judicious, you know, we need to hear his side, etc., etc. I said, no. There's a picture of him. There's a video of him blowing this guy's back of his head off. No, he's a murderer.
Waiting for him.
Not only that, yes, and the thing is, he was stalking him. It's premeditated. They're trying to say it's second degree. No, it's premeditated.
It's first
degree murder, premeditation. Get his dumb wop ass out of this universe. I'm Italian, I can say that. But anyway, the thing is that it's a videotaped assassination, and the thing, and then on top of that, he gave him all this evidence, and now he doesn't. He's recanting. It's like, where did that evidence come from? So now he's trying to be clever. He's saying, "Listen, I'm willing to plead guilty without a trial." So what he's trying to do is trying to get the state to say, "Oh, we can save a couple of bucks on this and just move on." And I'm saying,
not give
no,
him the death penalty.
No, give him the freaking death penalty. It's about time for murderers to pay with their lives. And I was having this conversation with this guy. He was talking about all this ethereal stuff. Well, we have to, and I said, there are some things that are just out and out wrong. They don't have to be explained. They are out and out wrong. That guy's a freaking murderer. You've got the evidence. Get rid of him.
Yeah. I mean, and, many, many decades ago, they used to have public executions, not only in the United States, but I mean, all over Europe for centuries, they had public executions, and the same thing in Asia and Africa. And I think it was, they stopped doing it because they felt they were watching people beheaded by a guillotine or hanged in the town square and so forth. It got to be too much, too many people were too sensitive about it, supposedly, and they stopped doing it. I think it was the politicians actually who said we shouldn't do it, not the people so much. But I think it's a deterrent if you make executions public again. Not every execution, but the real important ones, like you kill a police officer or you kill a president or a senator or whatever. You kill a mayor. You should be publicly executed so that it serves as a deterrent to other people. And maybe you should, even the guy who just walks into a bodega and shoots the guy behind the counter just to get $10 out of the register, he should be publicly executed too, to warn off other people that might think of doing the same thing. Although a lot of those people are going to be on drugs and they don't really give a damn.
Well, the problem is they chose that route. Regardless, I mean, we have to go back to a position where people are responsible for their actions. Yes. We have to stop saying that everybody is a byproduct of a broken system.
Did you see that one judge down in Florida, a Democrat judge, a Biden or Obama appointee? She released this guy 13 times, and now he's killed somebody.
Wow, okay? Unlucky number.
13 times that he's committed violent crimes. And, mostly violent crimes, not all of them, but mostly violent crimes. And he was let go. Assault, battery, whatchamacallit?
Let's
robbery,
ask Rosie what she thinks. Hey, how you doing? It's Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, let him go.
Does she think? Yeah,
that's
right.
Rosie O'Donnell, right there.
And what does Dr. Fauci think? What does Dr. Fauci say?
Oh, Dr. Fauci says...
Dr. Fauci there?
Yeah, Dr. Fauci says, I have nothing to say. Fifth Amendment.
Take the fifth.
Yeah, I tell you what, they should hit him over the head with the fifth. Fifth of bourbon. That's the end of him.
Each time.
He's just, there's something
impishly sick individual
about him. It's almost...
Did you see that picture of him and his wife in the limo leaving the courthouse? His wife has given the photographers the finger.
Okay.
Very classy for an 80-year-old broad, right?
Well, I mean, that's his wife. He's birds of a feather. What can I tell you?
He's a scumbag too, of
Hey,
course.
for all we know, she was doing a Jill Biden on him and telling him everything to do.
No, I don't think so. He was responsible for killing a lot of people during the AIDS epidemic too, because he got that wrong. Yeah. And that was another one where he said, "Oh, you can get AIDS just by being in the same room with somebody and they're breathing. Everything is airborne with him, apparently."
He's absolutely right, though. You can get AIDS by being in the same room with somebody.
Yes, but they being in a little more adjacent than you normally would be.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, okay, we covered the Chosen. There's another. There was something else I wanted to talk about a TV series. What the hell's that TV series with? Oh my God!
Yes.
The guy who played Remington Steele. What's his name? And he played James Bond in 3 films.
Oh.
Oh, come on! He plays the head of an Irish mob.
Why do I have to remember his name?
Because he's famous, and because I can't remember it, and you got to help me out here. Pierce Brosnan. That's it. I remember it. Pierce Brosnan. He's in a new series, but I can't remember what the name of the series. And it's pretty good. I saw the first season.
Yeah, it was so memorable. You can't remember what the name of it is. Thank you.
Oh, and the woman who plays his wife is Helen Mirren. And I'm telling you, as much as you like Helen Mirren in 1923, you hate Helen Mirren in this series because as the series goes on, she may be more of a monster than he is. Okay,
1923. That's the Yellowstone pre-series,
yes, right? Prequel to Yellowstone.
I couldn't last more than 10 minutes with that.
Really?
Yeah,
Yellowstone or the Mobland. I'm sorry, Mobland is the name of it. Oh, and you know who else it stars? Hardy. What is it? Tom Hardy.
He's good.
Tom Hardy is the main character, really, but his boss is Pierce Brosnan and his wife. And Tom Hardy is like he tries to talk things out in this and that, but when necessary, okay, he'll take a shotgun or a machine gun, a handgun, whatever, and he'll kill you.
He's the muscle.
He's the muscle. But he comes off as a conciliatory person. He tries to reason with people. And when it doesn't work or his boss says, no, forget it, he goes, okay, well, bang, bang, bang.
Well, as of
yesterday, it's a good series, Mobland.
As of yesterday, there were available on Amazon for, I believe, $4.39, a game that is kind of peculiar. It's Monopoly Big Deal. It's supersized cards with the original Monopoly Deal game, which I very much like, and it's so inexpensive, $4.39, that if you're interested in a game like that, it's cool. And it's if you know people that have poor eyesight, that's the game to get them, because you can see this. These cards are so big you can see them across the room.
Oh, okay.
They're like this big.
Yeah, I've seen cards like that for some other game years ago. I don't remember what the hell it was.
Well, they have it also for, I believe, Uno.
That might be it. Yeah, that might be it.
So I just wanted to tell the audience that there was an opportunity for that, because I bought a copy and I ended up giving it to a friend of mine who has vision problems, and he absolutely loves it.
A vision problem. Having a little trouble adjusting because this eye is no longer really needs. Well, it's still a little blurry. It's going to take a couple more weeks before it's at full power. But it's like weird because this eye doesn't have it. This was the good eye before, but anyway.
We also need all of those people out there, both of you, that are watching our programs, to say something to your friends and get them to watch our stuff, because we really need your support. Um, we don't get the hits that we want. And every time when I bump into somebody that's watched our podcast, they love it. So if you're watching it, chances are you're enjoying it. And if you could just promote us, and we'll pay you with love.
Because we can't afford anything else.
Well,
Hey, we're gonna have a guest. We got a guest scheduled next week, I believe it is, right? And we may have two guests already. I haven't checked my email today to see if Sutton has booked the second guest I asked for, and then after I get those two booked, I want to get Drew Allen back on the show. Talk about his book, about
Right.
Obama and all the crap that he's
Yep.
responsible for.
Yep. Soft prejudice.
Guests. What else? Well, there are a lot of other stuff I wrote down. I talked about the intro.
I came up with another phrase to define wokeism: unconditional empathy.
Unconditional
empathy. And here's the thing:
maybe unconditional suicidal empathy.
No, unconditional empathy. And the reason I'm saying that is because they want absolute freedom at all times, and that is chaos. That is anarchy, and that is actually
what the libertarian stance too.
No, the libertarians are not about anarchy. They're about their own personal freedom. That doesn't necessarily mean that they can't.
Yeah, but a lot of libertarians are pro open borders, which is ridiculous.
Then they may be libertarian, but they're not very good when it comes to understanding the nature of borders. If you're a Christian and you have this blind spot about something, it doesn't mean all Christians think that way. It's just that particular bonehead.
Yeah. Ooh, light is getting in my eye.
Do you want to end it here?
No. I wonder if I should just put this on for the rest of the show and look like a space alien. I look like a alien.
Yeah. Well,
I look like the commander of the Greys. Hey, especially since
you look like you should be in an Ed Wood movie.
This light. What's that?
You look like you should be in an Ed Wood movie.
Yeah, you're right. A space creature, low budget space creature. All you do is put on a pair of oversized sunglasses.
Mad scientist, or a creature from under the earth, a subterranean creature. That's why you're wearing sunglasses.
Dr. Nefario. You ever watched the Minions movies?
The what?
You never watched the Minions?
No,
the animated series. Oh, it's really great. They're funny. And there's a character in there. The Gru is the main character who hires the minions, of course, but they work for him. But Gru is kind of like an evil guy, but he's a nice evil. And then he's got a doctor who works for a mad scientist who works for him called Dr. Nefario. And my brother Paul, every once in a while, like if I do something really stupid or something, he'll use the line that Gru uses on Nefario when Nefario screws up. It's, why are you so old?
Well, you must be hearing that constantly then.
From Paul, yes.
But no, I don't watch any of that stuff.
You would like it. You would like me.
I don't know. I'm getting tired of Disney.
Oh, did you hear about the Acme? Acme made a movie starring Wile E. Coyote.
Okay.
So I heard it's getting 100, a score of 100 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow, that makes me
very popular. Yeah,
I'm okay with Rotten Tomatoes.
I think the critics, as well as what's that?
I'm okay with Rotten Tomatoes, but they're not the end all, the be all.
No, not at all. In fact, sometimes they're wrong because sometimes they'll give low ratings because the critics don't like something, but the people, speaking with their dollars they spend, they say that the movie is much better than the critics give it credit for.
It also has to do with personal taste. If I'm looking for a schlocky uh, uh, monster movie that's a comedy, it may not satisfy the hoity-toity side of a critic, but it might be exactly what I'm looking for, and I would consider it, perfect. Like Tremors or something like that. It's like I don't know what they. I remember today or yesterday, I was we were talking about some movies, and some of the movies that I really liked were getting like 30 and 40 on Rotten Tomatoes, and then going, that's bullshit.
Yeah, because like I said, the people who vote with their money and to go see these films and go more than once in some cases, they love it. They give it a lot better ratings than the critics do.
What does the popcorn? What's the popcorn thing, and what is the tomato thing?
Oh, geez, the popcorn is, I think, the vote of the people who actually go watch movies, and the Rotten Tomatoes are, I think, what the critics give it, isn't it?
Right. So, okay.
I'm not sure. We'll
have to listen to that. Those numbers are often quite far apart from each other.
Yeah, sometimes you'll have like, only 30 Rotten Tomatoes, but 78, with the popcorn, or vice versa. What the critics like is too woke, and the people don't like it. Oh, speaking of which, I saw
that the Odyssey is making crazy money.
Yeah, because the woke left loves it, and Hollywood promotes it. It's got a lot of stars in it. Apparently, Matt Damon is very good in his role as Odysseus and stuff. But it's woke. It's woke. Not only did they do they have that I forget Ellen Page, or now what the hell's his name now?
Page.
So Elliot Page now. Born Ellen Page, lived most of her life that way, and now insists on being called Elliot Page because she was chopped her tits off.
She was born a twat and ended up to be a dick.
Yes, with no dick, I think. Anyway, so that's one of the main characters apparently, and I don't know what he plays. I hope he doesn't. He's not playing Achilles. I hope he's not the one playing Achilles. I don't think so.
There was a movie with Armand Asante. That was a series.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Yeah, the Odyssey. Yeah.
The thing is, if you're going to tell a mythological story or some sort of thing, then stay in genre. Okay, stop reconstructing it. Make your own story if you want. Have a science fiction story where the same thing happens, but it's in space.
Well, here's the worst part about the Odyssey. This version of the Odyssey, they make Helen of Troy a black woman.
Yeah,
Helen of Troy was not black; she was Greek, just as Cleopatra was of the Ptolemy family, who took over Egypt after Alexander the Great's death. He was one of the generals.
He was Mesopotamia.
He took that section. He took that section of. He was not Mesopotamia. He was what's it called?
Cleopatra was from Mesopotamia.
Not Mesopotamia. No, she was born there, but she was Greek, of Greek descent. She was not mixed in with the Mesopotamians or the Africans. She was a pharaoh, and so but the Ptolemy line was all descended from the Greeks and what the hell is that country? Alexander, Macedonia, or Macedonia, however you pronounce it. Okay, so she was Macedonian and Greek. Macaroni, yes. She was more of a macaroni than she was an Egyptian.
A bunch of dead people. Why do we keep talking about a bunch of dead people?
No, it's because Hollywood keeps screwing everything up. I mean, Hollywood gives you the thing about the showdowns on the street and gunplay everywhere. This and that. No, you shot somebody. You went on trial for murder, and if you were shown to have purposely started this fight to kill this person, you were going to get hanged. That's it. There were no shootouts left and right all the time. And the people in those guns, the black powder guns, they were so what do you call it? Unreliable that you could stand there 20 paces apart empty your 6 guns and not shoot the other guy at all. It was worse than, remember the original paintball guns we had, where you'd shoot at the guy's chest and the thing would go flying this way or flying down at his shoe or whatever, or hitting you in the groin.
I did own a Walker Colt, which is a 45 caliber black powder revolver, and I used to load that. And now I was using modern powder and modern caps. Okay,
So it was more accurate, right?
well, it's more reliable. Okay, because I never had a problem with it going bang. As a matter of fact, the biggest problem with the black powder revolver is that if you don't grease the cylinder and a spark comes out, it could ignite the entire cylinder simultaneously. Now,
And blow your hand up.
yeah, there's only one round coming out of the barrel. Where are the other 5 going? They're going to hit the gun itself. They're going to blow up in your hand, probably kill you. Because, I mean, it's like a grenade. So that was actually mentioned in Unforgiven. That's what happened. But anyway, the thing is that, the chain, it's called a misfire. It's called a chain.
Chain fire. Okay.
Yeah, because all the ammunition goes off in a chain. So,
yeah, but at the same time, even if it didn't misfire, that was a bad thing. A lot of times they'd misfire, but if it didn't misfire, the accuracy was not great.
I hate to, okay. First of all, I was using a modern replica. So,
yes, we're talking about the old originals.
Right. Well, the thing is that if they were that bad, then the Texas Rangers wouldn't have used them. The Texas Rangers.
That's all they had. This is what everybody had. You had to make do with what you had.
Texas Rangers. They were, it was a thing. And the mine was extremely accurate. And
wait a minute. When did the Texas Rangers start using them, though? After the Civil War, wasn't it? When things were a little more advanced.
I don't know when they began. All I know is that it was a black powder gun.
Late 18th century, I think.
It was black powder revolver. And I don't know when they went to modern ammunition. But
that was 20th century.
Probably in the 1880s is when people started using cartridges. Actually, you had cartridges in the Civil War.
That's cartridges in the Civil War and in the Indian Wars too.
Right. Well, yes, that came afterwards. But the thing is that Buford's cavalry, they used repeating rifles, and they had cartridge rifles. So
yeah, the Henry repeating rifle.
Yeah. Now, and that really messed up. That really messed up Hood when Hood's unit was marching in from the south. They thought they were dealing with a much larger contingent. Yeah. And what happened was that it's because their firepower was so great. And I believe Buford actually paid for those weapons. He was financially well. So he bought them for his cavalry. He didn't want to be going around and be vulnerable. And he saw this new thing and
Well, actually, during World War II, the same thing happened with the Americans and the Germans. The Americans had the M1 Garand, where you put a clip of 7, I believe it was 7 bullets into the rifle, right? And you could shoot. You didn't have to have a bolt action. The Germans had all bolt action rifles, so they'd fire, boom, boom, fire, have to pull the bolt. The Americans could shoot off 7 shots as fast as they could pull the trigger. So the Germans often thought they were being attacked by a larger force than they were. They were just outgunned.
You have a lot of them had grease guns. You know, the 9mm.
Yes, but I saw a video on that too. The German grease guns were more complex to run. They had a bolt on there too. The Tommy gun had a bolt also, but could fire faster than the grease guns could. So the Thompson 45 submachine gun was a better gun than the grease guns that the Mauser, I think it was, that the Germans had. And the English improved on that design, and they came up with the Bren. and that was a better gun than the German one too. What's that?
Bren was a very big gun. Are you talking about the
The
Bren?
submachine gun.
Something.
The Bren submachine gun.
Yes, you're right. You're right. And
The British improved on the German design.
Right.
You know,
the Americans also had a semi-auto, or was it an auto? It was the BAR.
The BAR, the Browning automatic rifle.
That actually shot the odd 6. See, that was armor piercing. So
the BAR was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was shooting a rifle round, kind of. It was shooting an odd 6, I believe.
Okay.
So, now that didn't have the same. I think there's a picture in my mind of the BAR where the magazine was actually fed from above, but I'm not sure. I never really looked into that stuff.
I know the Mauser was fed from above.
Okay.
I don't know about. I'm not the Mauser. The M1 Garand, and they say that the M1 Garand was probably one of the best rifles ever issued to American troops.
There's a whole universe of collectors who are buying M1 Garands. They still swear by them. They're still an effective weapon of war.
Yeah, they're very accurate. They were shooting. They could shoot a lot farther than the German bolt actions could. You know.
Well, here's the thing.
It had that distinctive sound too.
Oh yeah, actually, as I understand it, it sounded like sandpaper being ripped. Yeah.
Something like that.
But the thing is that the BAR was heavy, and usually required a 2-man team. It was essentially a small machine gun.
A small machine gun. You're talking about 2-man team were for the 50 caliber.
And I think the BAR also could be belt fed.
Yeah, actually, it was belt fed. When they had, that's why they had 2 men, one to feed it, to carry the belts and feed it, and the other guy to shoot.
But the BAR was also magazine fed, and that could be managed by one.
It was versatile.
But it's extremely heavy. It's like 23 pounds.
Yeah, I remember that from combat.
It actually had a swivel handle that you run with it. Well, it's at your side.
Which they put in, which they later adapted to the what you call it, to the guns we carried in Vietnam.
M16,
the M16, the M14, they had the handles too.
Oh, there was a kind of machine gun that had a nickname. The wolf. I forget the name of it. But anyway, it was mentioned in the movie Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, it's just another set. Not quite a machine gun, submachine gun. Yeah,
I can't remember the name of it.
That's okay. Not important.
Yeah, it's not important.
There
was a guy in Full Metal Jacket who had a BAR too. I think the big guy had it.
Did you hear that? Right now, I believe we're very close to whereas suppressors will no longer be taxed, and you have to go through a process.
They are no longer taxed, and therefore, but places like New Jersey, they have put a stay on that because they're appealing to the Supreme Court. But they didn't appeal to the Supreme Court for a couple of weeks because they wanted people to start buying them. So now they can say, "Oh, you're a criminal. We're going to take your thing away, and you're going to have a record now. You're going to be a felon, so you can't own guns." They're very shrewd, these goddamn anti-gunners. They suck, every one of them, and they are constantly and purposely infringing on our Second Amendment rights. Because if they can take away the Second Amendment, they can easily take away the First Amendment, which is already under attack. A lot of people don't know it. All this cancel culture crap? That was infringing on free speech. Well, you can't say that. You can say anything you want. It's like Rob Schneider said, free speech was not put in the Constitution it was not recognized by the Constitution, I should say, because nothing is in the Constitution that grants us these rights. It just recognizes that we have these rights, and the free speech is protected speech is speech you don't like. If you like the speech, then okay, there's no reason to protect it because you're not going to go after it. But if you don't like what somebody's saying, you're going to go after it. No, that's what the First Amendment protects.
Second.
The Second Amendment protects the First.
Okay.
It's like a shirt I have. It says the First Amendment defines us. The Second Amendment protects us.
Well, we'll look at what happened during COVID. The First Amendment was assaulted. No free speech. No freedom no freedom of religion, and no freedom of assembly.
No freedom of what? Oh, dissent. Yeah, no freedom of assembly. Yes.
So basically, what you've done is you've made it impossible for you to communicate with other people. You've made it impossible for you to worship and therefore maintain some sort of connection with your beliefs.
But it was okay to go to a Hooters.
For you to be able to speak your mind about it.
Yeah. But it was okay. It wasn't okay to go to church, but it was okay to go to Hooters. You couldn't go into a small local grocery store and buy food, but you could go to a supermarket where there are a lot more people, and all the people who can't go to the bodegas and the convenience stores and the little corner grocery stores can't. They're having to go to the supermarket. So now you got a line there, and you got these people, this 6-foot bullshit where the lines are going up and down the aisles like this. That was so ridiculous. And then people, I was going to, on Facebook, I was going to befriend a guy who's a distant relative, a cousin, right? Until I looked at his page, and then I saw an old post of his from the COVID days saying, I'm staying home and saving lives. I said, fuck you. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't care if you are family. You know, the more distant, the better, in fact. I'm staying home and saving lives. I was outside every single day of the COVID thing, walking, going shopping, whatever, doing something. Maybe a total of 7 days during that whole time that I stayed home because I didn't feel like going out. That's it. And then one time I'm going to ShopRite. I'm walking from the car to the supermarket, right? I'm almost at the door, and I got my mask in my hand to put on when I go in. And I hear some guy driving by. He goes, put your fucking mask on. I was like, fuck you.
Well, you know, I had some sort of advantage because I had two households at the time. I had one in Greentown, one in Easton. So I could go back and forth, you know, and at the time I had a fiance, and we would, you know, it kind of took some of the strain off, you know, so.
Yeah, but wait, she was one of those, oh, well, you got to get the jab types, right? You're talking about Lisa or somebody else?
We broke up before that happened. She was definitely woke, you know, but
this is the L person, right?
Yeah. But the thing is that basically for about 6 weeks, 7 weeks, I basically, you know, made sure that everything was okay with her. And then after things calmed down, and then she found out I was going to vote for Trump, that's when she had enough. But she was having problems with me anyway because she didn't like my political bend, and she was afraid that I might go ahead and insult her friends.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, ask her if she ever heard of the First Amendment.
Well, that's not the point. The point is that I would not engage anything that was not put upon me. So if I go to a place and I'm with a bunch of boneheads, yes, they're boneheads. I know they're boneheads, so I'm not going to argue. It's like I had problems with
my ex-wife. You're not going to engage unless they engage first.
I had problems with my ex-wife a couple of weeks ago, right? We're at an event. And I reached a point where I just left because I couldn't stand her. You know, She was just being very woke, and so that was it. I just said, I'm not going to ruin this for everybody else. I'm leaving. It's not what I wanted, but the thing is that outside of the only thing left for me to have done was to give her a good right cross, which I'm out of practice because I can't really make a good fist anymore. So the thing is that
Actually, you're better off hitting with the palm of your hand anyway. Protect your knuckles. You don't want to break your bones.
I'm shooting them.
That's even better. But then you'll definitely wind up in jail.
Well, first of all, scan for cameras.
It's what?
Scan for cameras.
They're all over the place now. These flock cameras are everywhere. Oh, and now I was reading a thing today that watching a video. I mean, he was saying that from I think 27 or 28 on, every new car you get is going to be spying on you. And he showed this one. I think it was an Infiniti. He said there on the steering wheel at the top of the horn part, there's these two little holes there, and that's a camera watching the driver. Then there's another one up here that's watching the passenger. And then there's another one over here that's watching the people in the back.
Real simple. You put a piece of tape over it.
Yeah, I know. But those cars will also have the power be run by AI. And if AI thinks, oh, no, they're interfering with something, they could stop your car or prevent you from starting it. So if you get in the car, you're all like flustered. Oh, I got to get going. I'm late for work. It might not start the car because, oh, no, he can't drive. He's too nervous.
What a nightmare.
I know. So I think the market for used cars may go up.
Just like in Cuba, they kept the old cars over and over for all years.
Oh, they will use anything to keep those cars running. Yeah, these cars are all from the 50s and early 60s, and they keep them running. They'll take apart a dishwasher or a washing machine. I mean, to take parts there to jerry rig it to work in the car to keep the car going.
See, those are the people that we need, not those stupid Somali.
Not these doctors and engineers from Somalia, scumbags.
Well, first of all, is there enough IQ in Somalia for anybody to actually be a doctor?
Their average IQ is, I think I read is like, I think, no, less.
68.
I think it's, either 60 or
68.
60, I mean.
I remember it was
not 68. No, 68, you're a genius over there.
No, 68.
You're above average. The average is 60, which means half the population is below that.
I believe if you're below 70, you're considered a moron.
Yes, it's a nation of morons.
It's and they all have the same face. You notice they all have exactly the same face with the little
like that jackass who was running for office up in Minnesota. Thank God he lost a bid from the mayorship. But did you see that guy? He looks inbred. I mean, he makes the kid in Deliverance look like Einstein. All right.
Well,
hold on.
Now,
hold on a second. That's my son. Wait. Excuse me. Hold on. Nope. Yeah, Tim? How you doing? Okay, time to go? All right, half hour. All right, I'll leave in a couple of minutes. In a few minutes. I might leave right away.
Seems to whisper Louise, birds in the trees.
Might be a while. Okay, I'll see you soon.
All right. Bird tells me knows I love her. Oh. Well, that was
okay. All right, I have to go now because I have to go pick up my granddaughter.
Fiber, that's why he has to go.
Anyway, we went longer than we thought we were going to go. We're at almost 50 minutes already. We thought we were going to do a half hour.
Right.
So all right. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this episode of The View from Here Behind Enemy Lines. And please give us 4, 5 stars. 5 is better. 4 we'll accept. If you want to give us 1 star, don't bother, please. And tell all your friends and neighbors and co-workers and all about us. What?
Just show up.
Tell your friends and your family. They're not necessarily in the same category about us. Share the show, please, and give us a little review, even if it's just a quick. Hey, they're not bad. That'll be a good review. We like that.
Right.
So we will see you again next time on The View from Here, Behind Enemy Lines.
Enemy Lines.
There you go. Okay. And as Biden would say, the end.
End of show.
End of show. That's it. Sorry. Oh, wait. I'm hitting the wrong button.
As usual.